Okay, I think we might be live. It's not showing up on here yet. Nope. Let's see what happened.
I feel like we did this last time.
It looks like it's live on here,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's not showing up on the computer.
Oh,
So,
hopefully it is. You want me to check and see if it's live on mine?
yeah. We don't do this often enough, and then this is what we're always afraid is going to happen. It's the reason we don't do it very often. So,
Oh, we have an ad.
oh yeah, it's monetized. So,
Oh,
it is.
here we are.
Okay.
Yay, we
Oh,
are
okay.
on here.
It's showing up on here now too.
We're on my phone. Oh, there we are on the screen now, on the computer. We have to mute ourselves.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we don't go live very often, but
For good reason.
yeah, and we're always nervous about how everything's gonna work out because we have to set up the lighting and then set up the camera the right way. And then I didn't have my phone fully charged, and we use our phone for a lot of our videoing and stuff. And we use a microphone for our audio so that we can, cut out the ambient sound. And this serves as a shotgun microphone. It's a really nifty little device. But when my phone is charging, then I can't fit this into the charging port. Yeah, so I really don't know what the sound is going to be like. Right now, it seems like it's okay on here. And hey, there's 6 people watching.
Yay! Hey, thanks for watching us on a random Thursday.
That exceeds our expectations because our fear has always been that we will go live and that no one will show up.
Except our moms.
Yeah, and usually Roadie with Rich, he's very supportive, and so so shout out to Rich for that. He'll usually hop in the comment section and be supportive. But we just wanted to kind of come and hang out and talk about some of the things we have going on. And another reason that we're always nervous about live stream.
The number one reason, the most important reason, is that we have loud children. Our kids are so loud and they're always running around screaming because, of their ages. They're 5 and 2, so it's never quiet in here.
I mean, our kids are perfect all the time, aren't yours? So.
It's so funny because a lot of times, I don't say a whole lot in our videos, and it's because I'm momming in the background. If you're a mom, you understand that. I'm pushing the stroller and handing out snacks and breaking up fights all the time. And so that's why you don't see as much of me on camera. You mostly see him, is because I'm in the background. And when we have to plan live streams here at our house, I get stressed out because I know I have to keep them occupied and quiet. And that's really tough to do. So
yeah,
that's why we don't do it often.
Kind of the roles that end up taking place are that I plan the video angle and the objective for all of our videos and the thumbnail and all the things that surround all of that. And then I have to plan all of that with keeping the schedule for the kids in mind and trying to make sure that all of the needs are accommodated. So I do all the planning, and then because I'm doing the planning, then I also end up doing a lot of the narration for the video throughout, but then somebody's got to push the stroller and make sure that the kids have snacks and all that. So we do share a lot of responsibilities, and even if it seems like Elena doesn't speak up a whole lot, then it's because she's really, really busy with that aspect.
I gotta keep everybody in line behind the scenes. That's my job.
Yeah, so let's welcome some people, and then we'll talk about a few things. So Amanda Benson says, "Yay, hi, love following your sweet family." That's so kind of you to say that.
Thank you.
And then KK's Travel, which you guys have been super supportive lately. They always comment twice on every video.
Bravo for you. That's awesome.
So they'll usually hop in and say hello, and then they'll give a comment that's specific to the video too. So it's really cool to be interacting with some people who have been really supportive of us, and we really appreciate all of the comments and the likes. Mm-hmm. Because those are the things that help us to, that feedback helps us to know what people are getting out of the videos, and also helps us to get to know people better.
And we're just thankful that people watch us. Every time we upload a video and we get a certain amount of views, I'm always like, oh, I'm so glad that people actually, watch the videos and enjoy them.
Amanda Benson says that her kids are not perfect. I think that's what she's responding to, so you can let us know that's what you're saying. And then Elaine Tanner, one of our good friends, and Jennifer's here, so good
Jennifer.
Good to see that both of you decided to hop on. That gives us 2 extra views that way.
You're awesome.
And then, but anyway, KK Travel says, how are you doing? And you sound good. Good, so they can hear us, so we were a little worried about that.
Yeah, we're live now. Is it Lita? Lita says, "Are you live now?" Yes.
Oh yeah,
this
we
is
are.
live.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's one of our Instagram friends. She communicates with us through Instagram quite a bit. So it's really cool to connect with you on YouTube this time.
Yay, we're
So,
glad you're here.
which I know she watches our YouTube videos, but then also reaches out and supports us on Instagram. So if you're not following us on Instagram, be sure to hop over there and follow us on Instagram as well. We've got 889 followers.
Yeah, we're working
there.
on Instagram. We initially didn't have a platform on Instagram. We only were doing YouTube. But then, you know how times are, you kind of have to be on all the platforms. So we recently started up Instagram. At least we've recently tried to really put stuff out on Instagram about our lives and our
Yeah,
travels.
I initially didn't really have an Instagram strategy. The only thing I really wanted to do was be a YouTuber. So I really studied the YouTube platform, really tried to figure out how that works and place so much of our emphasis there. And Instagram was not my world. That was more Elena's world.
I like Instagram. I have
Yeah.
a personal Instagram, and then of course we have our family travel channel Instagram. So I like just posting different things about my life and our kids and all that stuff. But you know, having a travel Instagram is a lot different.
And really, like, Instagram still dominates the travel space. So that's where a lot of brands still do a lot of their spend and travel and all of that. So anyway, as I've learned a little bit more about the business side of travel influencing and travel marketing and stuff like that, social media marketing, I've learned that, you know, having an Instagram presence and an active community there is really important. So we're working on it. It hasn't been as intuitive, but I do think we've had a few reels that have really blown up there too.
Yeah, figuring out how to do reels has been a lot of fun, and we found that that's one good way to build community, because that's something that we want, and that's something that we want to work on, is having relationships with our followers, because we usually have people now come up to us when we're at a theme park and say, "Oh my goodness, I follow you guys and I love watching your videos," and I'm always like, "Oh, you should, you know, comment and talk to us about it. We want to hear from you."
Yeah,
So we want to try to build that up, because we know that's important to have
right
relationships
now,
with
I
your
think
followers.
it's still novel for us to meet people who watch us and stuff. So we enjoy meeting, and I do think, you know, and it's nice because our community is not so large and like oppressive. So I'm grateful for that. I hear that some of the really big name Disney YouTubers get stopped like every few minutes. They can't like even step into the park or do anything
That's
without
not
being
us.
interrupted.
We're not those people.
So thankfully,
I'm talking like one every like once in a while.
Yeah.
People will say,
But it
"Hey,
is
we
nice-
follow you."
Yeah, but it is nice to meet
Aw.
people, and sometimes in the past we've been able to take pictures with them and stuff. I think the thing I always worry about is that there have been a couple of times where people have met us at what I consider to be an inopportune moment. And
Yeah, our
I'm
kids are being
fearful-
nuts. Our
or-
2-year-old's like having a meltdown.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, we watch your videos," and I'm like, "Thank you. You stop it right now." You know,
Yeah.
"Oh, you guys are great."
Yeah, and sometimes
Our kids are
sometimes I feel
crying.
bad. Well, that's one time I remember I was in the middle of like trying to figure out. We had purchased maybe a Groupon when we were going to the Crayola experience, and then I think I was trying to get that scanned, but then technically I think you were supposed to print it out in advance, and who even does that these
Yeah, you
days?
can't print
So there
stuff.
was
We
some
don't print
kind of
stuff.
so they sent me over to some kiosk or something, and I was trying to figure out this situation, and I don't know. And for some reason, and maybe even like the kids were like needed a snack at that moment or something. I don't remember.
That's
Like,
all the moments.
yeah,
They
one of the-
always need a snack.
yeah, one of the kids was crying, I think. And then this family came up to us and said, "Oh my goodness, we're so glad to see you guys." And I was like,
Go away. No, I'm just kidding. No, we didn't
any
do
other
that.
time we'd be really glad to see you too. I was really sad because I really love to just like ask them questions and get to know people and stuff. I felt like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know if we made a really good impression here. And we didn't usually we try to take a photo and stuff, but we didn't do it that time. So I'm not really sure. And then sometimes it'll, it just kind of catches you off guard. And then another thing I think sometimes will happen is I think some people just like stare.
Yeah,
and they
well, I
don't come
told
talk to us.
him that I follow people on YouTube and on Instagram, and if I saw them out in public, out in the wild, I probably would not go up to them and say, "Oh my goodness, I watch you." Like, I'm just not that kind of person. I would text my best friend and be like, "Oh my goodness, I just saw so and so at Disney World," but I would not go up to them. So I tell him all the time, I wonder how many people out there are, they see us, they just don't come up to us and say anything, because I know I wouldn't do that because I'm not that kind of person.
So just to catch up with the conversation that's going on here, KK Travel and Educational Vlog says, true, I mean, you always want to be a nice and quiet place when you try to live stream, and then hope you guys are doing well. And then, oh, okay, and then I always, so I told you that they comment, that usually KK's Travels comments twice. I always had the, sorry if I do comment twice, I kind of do that just in case one of the comments disappeared. So I just wanted to let you guys know that you guys are doing an awesome job.
No,
I actually, that doesn't require any apology.
Yeah,
I think
we don't
it's really,
mind that at all.
I think it's really cool that you like the videos and that you comment twice.
Yeah.
And that's your, because it boosts the number of comments. So, and it helps us with engagement. And I don't always use commenting and liking as a call to action in our videos. And I don't even ask for subscribers, because we did ask for subscribers in our earlier videos, and then we would always do like a channel like bumper at the beginning of our videos. And
our earlier videos.
Yeah.
Comment if you watched our earlier videos. We watch them sometimes and we laugh together because we were trying. We just got started.
Well, in creator world, they always say that if your videos from 6 months ago don't cause you to cringe, then you're not developing fast enough as a creator. So I think, you know, you're always evolving and trying to do better. But I do think
hopefully we have.
one of the things that I decided a while back was not to ask for subscribers. We probably could have grown more quickly, maybe, and maybe we would have a more solid community if we had done that, like kept doing that. But I kind of thought if we don't ask for them and people do anyway, then the people who do subscribe are going to be people who like they chose to do that, not because they were like prompted to on the video or something.
He said I have to subscribe, now I have to.
But not that, yeah, not that they would be coerced to do that anyway, but I'm just thinking like if people chose to do that even though they weren't, it wasn't even mentioned in the video, then that was a very definitive action. So I sort of like anticipate that that would result in like better quality viewership. So anyway, that was my thought. I don't know. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. I'm not sure. Well, none of this was a part of the agenda that we were gonna talk about. Because if it's me, then there's gonna be an agenda. So
he's
we
that kind of person.
So we're just gonna like talk a little bit about some of the videos that we're working on and some of the videos that are coming up, and also chat with people. So that's really cool. But one of the so as you know right now, if you're following our channel, we just got back from that Bahamas vacation. So we're still putting out some of the videos from that because we, if you haven't yet watched it, then we had the video that we put out about how we got scammed, or we might have gotten scammed. Because I think you have to be careful maybe legally and calling it a scam. Because actually they did technically perform on the thing and they only charged us tax and whatever. And that is typically applicable for a gifted vacation of some kind. Like even if we're hosted somewhere, if the value is greater than $100, which I'm no tax expert, that's just for entertainment purposes, then we have to pay taxes on those stays and everything anyway. So
it wasn't that bad though. Other than the unexpected costs of just different things like tax and port tax, and there's like a tax on everything. Other than that, we actually had a pretty good time on our trip. And so if you are interested to see how that happened, how it unfolded, what the scam was all about, going on a cruise with our kids for the first time, then definitely, take a watch at those videos because we had a great time actually. And it wasn't as bad as everybody said it was going to be, in my opinion. I thought we had a great time.
So, KK Travel says, no problem. I was just curious. Like, I didn't want you guys to get upset or anything. So, no, it's totally not.
Oh, we definitely won't get upset about that. We're not those kinds of people. We're very,
but thanks for the
very
communication.
lighthearted.
And then, let me see. I'm going to pick this up. My laptop is down here. And I keep leaning over and squinting at it because I'm nearsighted.
I can't see. Yeah. We're getting old. We're old millennials. We can't see anymore.
And then, nice. I also share... oh, he shows our videos as well. Thanks for doing that. And then Lita says, you definitely have evolved, but even then your videos were really good and hit good points and topics.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate
that. That's really nice. I appreciate the support. And some of those videos we probably need to go back and remake. Here comes one of them right now.
Here we go. What happened? wanna say hi?
Which right now, Pierce is like the star of the show these days, isn't he?
Sissy got your arm. You wanna say hi? Wave at the phone. Say hi. Say hi.
It's you.
Say hi. Look, it's Poppy. Say hi there. Say I'm in my terrible twos.
Terrific
I'm a
twos.
two-nager.
Are you having terrific twos?
Are you gonna go play? You don't want one. Okay.
Okay. You want to go back and watch the video?
Go watch Spider-Man? No. Okay, tell Sissy.
Okay.
Tell Sissy.
So,
That's what you're gonna watch.
Tana says hello.
Anyways.
So anyway, on that trip though, we sailed over on the Margaritaville at sea overnight, and that used to be so way back when we won this cruise in 2019.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Literally 5 years ago.
That was the Bahama Celebration cruise line, and so it used to sail from West Palm Beach to. It's the same route and the same ship. Actually, years ago, I think it was a Costa ship, but I don't know what the name of the ship was, but it was Costa. So it was owned by Costa is one of Carnival Cruise Line's brands. So and it sails in Europe, I think, primarily. Anyway, so some entity bought that out, and then it became the Bahamas Celebration cruise ship, and we were supposed to travel on that on our honeymoon, actually.
10 years ago.
Yeah, but it got dry docked for our honeymoon.
Yep.
And so we ended up on a Carnival cruise ship instead.
And we loved it.
Yeah.
We love Carnival. We're those kinds of people.
I think it was the Carnival Ecstasy.
I think so. But it was fun. We had a good time on that ship. That was a good one.
And so we sailed Carnival once, and then we sailed Royal Caribbean once together.
We're not huge fans of Royal Caribbean. I know it's fancier, it's nicer, but Carnival's more fun.
Well, I've only ever been on one Royal Caribbean.
And they have those
ship.
chocolate melting cakes. If you've been on a Carnival cruise, then you know what I'm talking about. They don't have that on Royal Caribbean.
Well, I'm gonna reserve judgment. We've only been on one Royal Caribbean ship. We went one time.
I've been on a
one
couple,
ship, and it was not
so-
very large. But I mean, if Royal wants to reach out to us about sailing on Icon of the Seas or the upcoming
We wouldn't say no.
Utopia of the Seas. Utopia of the Seas is about to be, and I think it may even be larger than Icon of the Seas, and it's going to sail from Port Canaveral, and it's going to be like 2-day trips maybe. They're calling it like weekend travel. So
We would do that.
yeah, so I'm going to reserve judgment.
I would put aside my own personal preferences if that happened.
But I think the reason we had a hang up with Royal at that time was that when we sailed the Royal ship together, that the server in the dining room, the server kept like silencing us and like trying to upsell us on stuff. And
It was very formal. You know, we got a special menu where they wanted you to buy more stuff, and like we were trying to laugh and they kept trying to like tell us to be quiet. But if you've been on a Carnival ship, you know, they're like waving towels and singing and, oh, you like the steak? Here's 3 of them, and here's 4 scoops of ice cream just for fun. And I like that it was a little more relational, and the servers would talk to us about, you know, we'd ask about their families and where they were from. But on Royal, like they were very tight-lipped, and no, I'm here to, you know, put a towel in your lap. I'm not here to talk to you.
Yeah.
And I don't know,
I know the
we
atmosphere.
didn't like that. It
Yeah.
was a little bit stuffy for us. We just liked the casual funness.
Yeah, I like
of
talking
Carnival.
to the Filipinos and asking them
Yeah,
about their families.
And talking to them. Yeah, we
and-
enjoyed that about Carnival. They were more
Yeah.
open, and they had more fun on the ship. And so personally, and the karaoke is top notch on Carnival.
There's nothing
So-
like going to karaoke and watching people think that they can sing. And
It's
I
the
mean, some
best.
of our best memories
It's the best. Yep.
are just, now it's not as much fun when people really can sing.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
good for you, but where's the people that think they can sing and that can't? And they're gonna belt out that Carrie Underwood song. It's
Yeah,
great.
So,
I love it.
yeah, so we ended up on Carnival, and then we later sailed Royal. And that, I think that the experience on any given cruise line varies slightly from ship to ship. So like I said, I'm going to reserve judgment. I would really like to stay open to Royal Caribbean possibilities. But also if Carnival wanted to reach out and put us on Mardi Gras of the Seas or Carnival Jubilee, We would.
We would take that.
Yeah, I called it Mardi Gras of the Seas. That is, I'm mixing Carnival and Royal branding. Sorry to
We're terrible
either one.
influencers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but either Mardi Gras or Jubilee, those look like they'd be really awesome. Carnival has the only roller coaster at sea right now, I think.
But I will not ride in the water slide because I keep watching videos of people getting stuck in those on the boats. Have you seen that? Yeah, they're getting stuck in them.
Terrifying.
It's like in the these top 10 videos of like worst experiences, and this one slide was in like.
Seen that.
Yeah, this one slide was in like 3 of those videos. It was the same slide on the same boat.
Oh my goodness!
They're like people keep getting stuck because it's clear.
Do you know what ship it is?
I can't remember.
And it's like really high above the water too, right?
Yeah, but the slide is clear and it goes in a. But they said if you don't, well, I guess I wouldn't have this problem, but they said if you don't weigh enough and you don't go down fast enough initially, that once you hit that loop, a lot of people are just sliding back down and they're just settling right there.
No.
And I don't know how they got them out, but that's happened several times.
Well, because already, if you watched our video at Rapids Water Park in Riviera Beach, Florida, they just introduced the largest. The longest
like dual slide.
Pipeline water coaster in the country. So, and it's the first of its kind in the entire state of Florida, and it's the largest in the country.
We are not water slide people initially. And I mean, I know you can't tell by looking at us both, but we don't like to get our hair wet and we don't like to be in the water. We're more of like, theme park kind of people. And so the water slide, we were a little scared, but we actually had fun on it. We had a good time. You want to come say hi again? All right, say hi, friends. It's up here. Up here. Say hi.
He's looking down though because I have
you can see
my
him
laptop
on the screen.
and he wants to see himself. And it's funny too. I think it's probably a little weird to see the delay.
Yeah, it's almost his bedtime, so he's wandering around.
Yeah, we got lost in our conversation.
You're talking about water slides.
Yeah, so I like already like riding a water slide would be a little scary. But then like getting stuck in, because I'm afraid of heights. So.
No, I don't mind heights. Like I love roller coasters, but water slides are a little different for me.
I love roller coasters.
So KK's Travel and Education Vlog says that they've never been on Royal, but they do have a cruise coming up in 2025. So what cruise line are you sailing on? Let us know about that. And what ship? Maybe you can give us some details. And then are you guys going to vlog it? Because I think you guys do some vlogging and stuff too. I think I've seen a couple of your videos. So
yes, definitely vlog it.
I've been on Independence of Disease and Mariner of Disease. So did you mean to put that? Because that's hilarious.
Where is that?
The Independence of Disease and Mariner.
It was probably supposed to be the
Mariner of Disease. Well, I mean, that may have been intentional. So
that's funny. Say hi, Tannis.
But
Tanner's watching you. Say hi, Tannis.
So, you haven't been on Royal, but these sound like Royal Caribbean ship names. So, anyway, you have to tell us a little bit more about that. I'm very curious now. And then Disney Girl 377. So, she follows us. I think we get more interaction with you on our Facebook. And then also on YouTube.
Don't touch the lights.
So good to see you.
No.
And then she's like, glad I'm able to watch live, love all your videos. And then she's not into water slides either. She doesn't like getting her hair wet.
Yay! Well, and it's not just about how I look. It's the fact that if I get all my hair wet, then it takes forever to dry throughout the whole day. And I don't like that. So I usually don't ride the slides that I have to get my hair all wet and yucky.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because it dries all crazy.
And then,
hey, what you doing,
so we sailed on Margaritaville of the Seas, and we sailed over to Grand Bahama Island. And we stayed it was going to be a 7-day vacation, but we had to get back for work. Pierce, come over here. Don't touch that.
This is why we don't live stream.
So, we stayed at an all-inclusive resort, and it was our first time ever staying at an all-inclusive resort, and it was our first time doing any of that with our kids. It was their first time out of the country, so there were a lot of firsts on that trip that were pretty exciting. And
it went pretty smoothly though.
I think we enjoyed. I mean, we learned a lot from that, and we definitely enjoyed it. And it wasn't. The Margaritaville at sea wasn't. We weren't sure what to think about that initially, but we it wasn't as bad as like some of the sensationalized videos.
He's yelling, "I'm coming right back."
Yeah.
That's okay. Take your time. He's so crazy.
And then we're gonna put out another video about like exploring Freeport with children, because we had we met a pastor there. So there was so a friend of a friend gave us a tour of Freeport and showed us specifically kind of showed us to different places that kids and families would enjoy. So if people are sailing there, because like lots of cruise ships go to Freeport and on as a part of their itinerary. And so I think a lot of other families would be interested in getting a family perspective on what things to do at Freeport. Because the thing is that sometimes it can sound like it'd be really exciting to do some of the more adventurous stuff, like you already have some, buddy.
Where are your chips? Okay, then eat them.
Go eat them. Go eat them in your room.
Go over that way.
Go eat them in your room. Oh, the spicy chips?
Okay. I'll be right back.
They're watching Spider-Man right now, and I think that it has kept his attention about as long as it can. Now Vivian, her attention span for playing something is like
6 minutes.
that of a gnat.
Maybe.
Yeah. But her attention span for like watching a video or something, like all day long. I mean, nonstop. She could do it from like sun up till sundown and never.
We don't let her though, because it affects her behavior really badly. So
actually, you might notice that there used to be a television behind us. We have removed it. So.
Okay.
Now it's time to get juice. So now you know what Elena does on adventure days, actually, and you know why we don't live stream more often. It's complicated. So. Anyway, so back from the chaos here. Let's see. Yeah, so Lita says that her husband took took one of their children to, oh, you guys only have one child, if I remember correctly, to FedEx to run an errand, and so she's just over here green machining the white sofa. So.
What's that mean?
I don't know. You'll have to tell us about the green machine.
Tell us about that.
So,
I'm intrigued by that.
So I think so she's obviously cleaning something, but I don't know what a green machine is. And then.
Yeah, we noticed Vivian's behavior was awful. If she would watch, especially like kids' YouTube, and I think it's because it's just so fast paced that it was like working up all her emotions. So I do not let her watch YouTube at all. And if we let her watch stuff, it's usually a Disney show that we know is not going to cause her to go insane. And then we don't have our TV anymore. So we just try to keep her away from electronics as much as possible. But Pierce doesn't seem to really care either way. Like there's stuff on right now and he doesn't care. He'd rather eat snacks and walk around. And
he has more of an attention span for playing with stuff anyway, though. I think that's really more of his like mindset. He likes to try to figure stuff out, which means that he will like break things and take things apart in order to try to like figure out how they work together.
Oh, is the green machine that the shampooer? Because I've seen that on Amazon. Is that what that is? Because I've been looking at those. It's like a little carpet shampooer that has a hose. And there's one that's cordless. So it just, you shampoo the sofa or whatever.
That'd be nice.
I would totally get one of those if that's what it is.
Well, we actually ended up replacing the rug in our living room because we had one that we thought was real, aesthetically consistent with the rest of the house. But it showed too much.
It was light colored, so no matter what, it looked gross all the time.
Yeah,
because our kids were always, walking on it. And
we were constantly spraying it with carpet cleaner and scrubbing it. And
we
all
have
that.
a darker rug now, and it's a lot easier
enough
to keep clean. It looks cleaner now, so. Yay, the green machine. I need one of those for reals.
And then, let's see. So, exploring Freeport. Okay, the next thing is, so we have another video coming out. We just went to Aquatica for the first time with our kids. and check that out. So we have held, so the first time, and part of the reason that we put out the videos is that we have learned so many different things the hard way. Because I'm usually a pretty decent planner, but I think that I just have limited capacity to really devote to that because of how many different things are part of like our job and life. So some things about planning AikenAdventures sort of take back seat to other things that are more important. Because like if I were just planning like one vacation a year, then it would be planned to the minute, you know? But since we go do something as a family, typically every week, then I don't always get it all figured out. I usually do some like general research, kind of get a basic idea. And we sort of like flop into a new place like, we'll just get in there and figure it out. But like one of our best performing videos of all time was when we went to Legoland.
Oh, yeah.
And we spent the whole day trying to figure stuff out. And frankly, it didn't really go very well.
And we talked about that.
So yeah, that was our video angle.
It actually got a great response because it was very honest and open.
Yeah, our video angle was kind of like, okay, well, here's how our day could have been better. And we just like came up with that idea. We were like walking out of the park, we made notes, and we videoed that our talking points on the way while we were walking out of the park. And then we were talking with the selfie stick and like talking and it was just like a crowd going through. And it was funny because like some kids turned to us and they're like, do you have a YouTube channel? And honestly, the answer to that was barely.
Yeah, we had just
like,
really started.
Just barely have a YouTube channel, but we told them yes. So anyway, I don't think they ever looked it up or subscribed, but they thought it was cool. And I'm sure other people were just looking at us thinking we were weird walking around. I actually, when we first started, I was walking around with my selfie stick in Titusville, and some people yelled some obscenities out the window at me about it. And so that was, you know, it's interesting vlogging sometimes, but you just have to shrug it off and keep going. And oh, thanks for the gift, Lita. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Yeah. That's so nice.
So, and
major shout out to you.
Yeah, and going to Aquatica for the first time this past time, it was a lot of fun. We spent most of the time in the children's area, so there's a kids' cove that has a shallow wading pool, and both of the kids really love that. And actually, the water slides there are a lot of fun. You rode a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
And I rode a whole bunch of times.
These were a little different because the adults could ride with the kids, and it was all rafts on that side. They had some like slides that you could go down, but these had rafts in them, so the adults sat in the back and the kids sat in the front. And we actually really enjoyed it, and it wasn't too crazy, so Vivian loved it. But we're really glad that Pierce is starting to get interested in the water because he used to hate it. He used to just walk around and cry, but now he'll actually get in there and he'd say, I swim in. So now he actually has fun in it. So Aquatica is a big hit for them.
And then we tried to go over to the water playground area, but Vivian doesn't like when the buckets dump out, and frankly we can't blame her for that.
It pours water on all the kids and they don't know when it's going to happen, and so she has a lot of anxiety around those types of water parks. So I'm glad that there was a separate option for the kids other than just that part.
Right. Yeah, I tried to convince her to give it a try anyway, but she just knew that she didn't like it, so it was just not going to happen. That's kind of what happened when we went to the Holiday Inn water park resort, you know, the one that used to be the Nickelodeon hotel. We went to that one, and it has a big water playground, and I'll go get this one. You want to tell them about the water playground at the water park resort? That we went there, and then all they wanted to do was play in the pool. They didn't want to play in the water
Yeah,
park.
we went to that hotel and water park, and they had this like big, amazing kids playground and kids water slides and all of that, but it had the bucket. And I'm like, why would you put the giant bucket that's filling up and then you don't even know when it's going to dump out? Like, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. So Vivian just wanted to play in the swimming pool the whole time, which I thought, well, we could have just gone somewhere with a swimming pool and she would have had just as much fun. But I mean, I guess it was nice that we got to stay there. So we just kind of...
snack attack.
Oh, okay. They were screaming. They're not sharing their food. That sounds about right. That'll make our kids fight if they don't have enough snacks. So, all right, I'm gonna see what we got here. What we got next? Oh, we're gonna start putting out some videos about toddler travel because for me, I get asked a lot about how I pack for our toddlers, how we take our toddlers here, what can our toddlers do at this theme park. And so we're gonna start putting out some more videos. I recently traveled back to my hometown and I took the kids with me and I flew all by myself. And so we have been working on video ideas about how to fly with your toddlers, what to do, what not to do, what to bring, what not to bring. So let us know if that's something that you're interested in, because we're going to start putting out those videos soon.
Yeah,
I'm talking
so
about toddler travel.
right, and we decided that we really wanted to try to double down on that, because when we first started YouTube, I generally had the idea that we just wanted to go do stuff together. And I wanted to check out all the different things there were to do around Florida, because there's so many cool things, like even more than just all the theme parks and stuff.
And we
Like,
get asked about that all the time. Like, what can we do in Florida other than theme parks? Or we get a lot of questions about theme parks, but we wanted to figure all that out.
yeah, so I generally had and initially I didn't want to be a theme park vlogger, because, I would sort of look at that space and it looked like, just like Disney adults hanging out at theme parks all day long, every day. And some of them, like most of them, when you do that every single day and you don't really have a job that has a specific like purpose. And I know that like the purpose of their channel is the connection that they provide with their audience, because people feel like that they can know and like and trust them, and all that. But sometimes you can tell through some of the videos and stuff that they struggle with their own sense of life purpose from doing that. So that that wasn't something that really appealed to me, because I really want to kind of do more with my life than that. But I didn't want to get dragged into the theme park space necessarily, but we ended up with a sponsorship that provided some opportunities for us to shift into theme park. And our theme park videos have done pretty well, actually.
Someone asked what our favorite theme park was, like ultimately. What would yours be? Your favorite theme park overall?
Let me give some thought to that, because I'm not really...
That's a good question, because for me, I think it depends. But I don't know. I might have to say Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Because I just like the experience of Magic Kingdom. It's not necessarily like a specific ride or show or anything like that, but just the overall, like just literally the magical experience of it for me. Being just a Disney fanatic since I was a child and loving Disney, and then being able to go and see the castle and hear the music and watch the fireworks. I love that kind of stuff, so I would probably say Magic Kingdom for that reason.
Yeah, I think Magic Kingdom is very
Just
much a very classic
nostalgia,
Disney experience.
yeah.
And
I
it
like
also
that.
it has more rides and attractions than any of the other Disney parks.
Yeah.
But I think that probably I would give a different answer if our children were in a different stage of life.
Right.
But
true.
I think that right now Magic Kingdom provides the best combination of positive experiences for our parents and also for children. So that'd be my thought.
Because both of our kids really love Magic Kingdom right now. Pierce is only 2, but he's figured out, the rides and the shows. And so he gets really excited now when we go there.
If our kids were a little bit older and they were into like roller coasters and stuff, then probably at that point, because to me, us having some sort of a theme park experience is one thing. And, but, when you experience it with your children, it's entirely different. Because when we first got our Disney passes, I felt like that I needed to try to take some time to get some extra B-roll that I could use for future videos we're gonna make. So Elena and the kids had to fly out of, well, it was just Vivian at the time. Elena and Vivian were flying back to our hometown to be with her family for a little bit, because a major life event was happening with her family. And we had just gotten our Disney passes, and the week before we went there for the first time together as a family. So we had we did a resort day at the Bryan Spanish Cove Resort.
We loved that place.
That was a really cool place. And they actually just did some renovations. They reached out to us and offered for us to come back and take a look at their renovations. Although I don't know if they were offering gifted, so I should probably reach back out for that, because that was a really, really cool, quiet place. It's just outside the Disney gates and
very unassuming,
Kissimmee.
but really, really neat place.
So we were staying there, and then we did a Magic Kingdom day, we did an Epcot day, we did an Animal Kingdom day. I don't think we made it. We didn't make it to Hollywood Studios for the first several months that we had a pass, because we were trying to cover all the other things. So I went back that next week, and tried to get some footage at some of the parks, and I went on my own.
You came right back.
He's so
Yay.
loud. We're trying to teach him volume control, but it just doesn't work. Yeah, so, and I went back on my own, and it was depressing, being there just by myself. It was weird. But when you go with your kids, though, and
Yeah, they're all excited about stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, for Pierce, it's like going for the very first time every time because he's so young.
Yeah, that's the really cool thing. I thought at some point we would get really bored of taking them. But every time just feels like a new experience because he doesn't remember certain things, or he can ride something new each time.
Hold on, we gotta be dramatic for a second. Goodness! You got it? It's all better?
You good? All right.
Anyways.
It's just water.
Yeah, it's just water, I promise.
So.
Oh, she says she follows Pixie Dusted for the links.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hey, Miss Tanner.
I don't know if she's still watching, but we need to post more links of
Hey,
stuff.
Sammy.
What kind of links is she talking about?
Sammy.
Like affiliated?
Stuff that she uses.
Affiliate
when she
marketing?
travels with toddlers.
Oh, okay, so like
Sammy.
checklists and stuff.
Sammy.
Say hi, say hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
She's watching you too.
Yeah, so what we did was initially I just had the idea that we would go out and explore the state. And so I would take Vivian and we would do that. But then we were given some opportunities to do some theme park stuff. And then those videos have done the best because there's really more interest in that. And then also, it's already kind of an existing audience on YouTube of people who actually like. He's talking about a bug or something.
He said, "This bug's gonna bite my arm, Jen."
They ask Charles Entertainment Cheese, like Chuck E. Cheese. That's funny.
Oh, they said they're from Coco.
Oh, are they?
I love Coco.
I missed that
Yeah.
earlier.
It's a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese.
They do the kids like
Like the
meeting
tractors.
characters or
Chuck E.
Epcot.
Cheese.
So one of the things that we're thinking about in an upcoming video is trying to meet all the characters at Epcot and then trying to meet all the characters at Magic Kingdom. I don't think it would be worth trying to do that at, well, I don't know, maybe we could try it at Hollywood Studios too. The one cool thing about when we do get into the Disney space is if you come up with a good idea for one park, then you can do it in all the parks. And then you have a good title and thumbnail for 4 weeks. So that works really well. And then
Pierce is mostly, he asked about the characters, but Pierce is scared of the characters right now. He doesn't like seeing them or getting his picture made. Vivian loves them. She loves all of them. She'll stand in line for the most, like, you know, backwards character that nobody knows. She will do it. But Pierce won't do anything with them right now. He's scared of them.
So yeah, it's definitely Vivian's thing. And at her age though, it's still like they're still very much real.
Yeah. You like Buzz Lightyear?
We
Infinity on.
yeah, but once we stepped into the theme park space though, it's we started to do like a particular theme park with a toddler, and then those videos blew up. So we've sort of come to realize that that is something that basically has generated an audience for us. Because I came to realize that like somebody who's searching for content in Pensacola is not necessarily, or searching for videos about Pensacola are not searching for videos about Miami. And those who are searching for videos about Miami are not looking for videos about Sarasota and, you know, Cocoa and stuff like that. And then also those videos when we made those are like generally for any vacationer who's traveling to that particular spot. But kind of what you want to do is like find a particular demographic as your target. So you know, it's kind of just a matter of like what is always talked about on social media is niching down. So we've come to a place where we realize that niching down to toddler travel is okay.
Sorry.
I knew that would happen when he was walking around in front of the thing. So, oh well.
Sorry, guys. We have toddlers.
Sorry, guys.
I think we're good.
I hope you enjoyed that show there.
Yeah.
Good job, Pierce.
This is real life.
Yeah, this is it. This is why we don't vlog, live stream.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, so
Let's see what else we missed here. Oh, Pierce doesn't like the characters because they're new and they always look a little bigger than everybody else, but he doesn't like new people. He doesn't like people in general. Vivian loves everybody, but he's very wary of new things and new people, so he does not like the characters. It's really scary, is what he says. So that's why he doesn't like them.
Roller coaster's very scary.
would we recommend starting a YouTube
I don't
channel?
like jets.
I mean, you do you, boo, but
It's it's more work than people think it is.
yeah, I think I think that initially my thoughts were like I would look up content before we would go on a vacation, and I would think I could do a better job than that. And then honestly, I think in some ways with certain content we have maybe done better than like some of the videos that I have seen. And there are obviously lots and lots and lots of creators who are far, far, far ahead of us in skill. Here, do you want this? There you go.
It's like a mayonnaise.
Yeah. But yeah,
Like money.
I think that there are a lot of skills that I did not realize are a part of YouTube. Initially, I just thought we could just vlog and then just put videos up and you know, I mean, then we get some views, and the revenue is less than I think I thought it was going to be. It's harder to get views than I thought it was going to be on some stuff. And then and then also like developing title and thumbnail ideas and stuff, and like constantly thinking through those things.
Yeah, it's very time consuming. There's a lot of work that goes into it. So,
My
I mean, we love the memory part of it because we go back and watch videos of when our kids were really small, and you know, we've made all these videos and memories, and we love that part of it. And you know, our kids have experienced some really great things because of it. So yeah, we like that part, but it is a lot more work than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and like you learn marketing, and he's watching himself on the thing. So
and it's his bedtime, so he's
he starts.
starting
We call
to
it
get crazy.
wallering
He's
because we're from the
wallering.
South.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously there are a lot of things about it that we enjoy, but I do think you have to count the cost of it in advance and kind of know what you're getting yourself into when you do it. Because, like, if you really do want to grow, then you are kind of making a commitment that you're going to post every single week, and then also kind of what you start out thinking that you're gonna do doesn't end up being your niche. Because we started out trying to do all the best things in all the best places all around Florida, but I think we've kind of come to realize that what our audience really wants from us is like toddler stuff, because when we do that, it does really well. And then that's also how YouTube associates our algorithm. Like in the YouTube Studio app, it'll tell you what other channels your audience watches. So that's how YouTube recommends your videos to other people. And most of the other channels that get recommended are channels that are like mommy vloggers who focus on like toddlers and stuff. So I think what I'm coming to realize differentiates us from the space is that you know, every YouTube channel ends up having, even if it's like a couple who are doing it, there's like one person who's like the driving face of the channel, and then of course, you know, obviously we work together as a team, like we've talked about what Elena does. But I think like in those channels, really the driving face of the channel is like the mom, and she's planning the trips and she's doing that. And then like on our channel, it's almost like kind of like a you know, it's like I'm the one who does all the planning and stuff, and then I'm kind of at the forefront of a lot of the videos. We do it as a team, but then it's like a dad doing the toddler stuff. So I think that makes it a little bit different. So we're trying to learn how to lean into that angle a little bit more from that perspective, because I think that's unique. And then also realizing that, you know, so we're going to double down on more toddler travel and stuff. And we didn't think we wanted to do that at first, because I thought, well, our kids aren't going to be toddlers forever. but neither are the kids of our audience either. Like your kids are growing up too. And so at that point, we just changed the word toddler for kids, you know. And then as we since led to eventually, you know, have another baby, then we'll probably do some more like baby stuff. Because it really does kind of like stem out of our own experience. Because at first, when we had Vivian, we used to go and do a bunch of stuff together. We had traveled New England and we had done all these things. And we went places on our honeymoon and and then on our anniversaries, and we liked to travel all the time. But then once we had Vivian, then we just stopped. I mean, we just parked at home and we didn't go anywhere. And I was like, when are we going to start traveling again?
Yeah.
But there was a lot of apprehension on her part because she didn't feel like she knew how to navigate doing that and traveling long distances with the kid with a little baby in the car. So we stopped for a little bit. But then when COVID happened, there was some free time that was created. And you were working.
Mm-hmm. And he had Vivian. And so he would watch her while I was working.
Yeah.
And so
initially, I was just laying on the couch on Saturdays, and then I would fall asleep, and then it was time for Vivian to take to get her lunch, and then after lunch it was time for her to take a nap, and so I take a nap too, and like our schedules were off, so I just felt like, oh man, I'm just being lazy, and I was kind of being depressed about it. Pierce, come on. I was getting kind of depressed, but I thought, well, I don't want these to be the only memories that I make with her while she's this age, because she was Pierce's age at the time, and that, you know, they're only that little for such a short period of time. So I thought, I'm gonna go make some memories with her, and I had always been fascinated with the prospect of doing YouTube, the business side of it, and just I was an OG YouTube viewer way back, like when YouTube was still just like, it was very different in those days, like Glozell and Ryan Higa and all the
Where
like
is she?
humor
Where's
YouTubers.
Glozell?
Like everybody was so funny and they were doing skits and stuff, and I loved that. And then I started to realize like those people were making money off of those, so it was always interesting to me about that. And then I would search for, like I said earlier, I would search for videos before we would take vacations. So I always thought about combining that and creating opportunities.
What you doing?
You're so silly.
It's my bedtime.
You're so silly. He's always silly though.
He's a stinker.
Yeah. Are you a stinker?
Yes. Yes.
He's he's trying to pretend like he's shy now because he sees himself on
Yeah, he can see himself on the camera.
Yeah. But during that time, we started figuring out, like I would travel with Vivian solo as a dad. I didn't realize that was unusual, but some dads never do anything with their kids. But during that time, we started trying to figure out how to travel with a toddler. And so we started making videos like, oh, doing this with a toddler, because we realized that was sort of underrepresented on a lot of the attractions we would go to. Like, what is this actually like with a little kid? It was usually some adult just vlogging by themselves. But when you go, you know that when you go to these attractions, that what interests your 2-year-old is very different from what interests a 30-year-old with no wife or family, you know?
Yeah, it's way different.
So that kind of ended up, that was the niche that started being created for itself. And, but then from there though, when this little guy came along, we didn't even know, like when we first started taking him to Disney, we were trying to navigate Disney World with the baby for the first time. And we didn't make videos about it because we've not really always leaned into making videos about the stuff that makes us uncomfortable. But we have learned to sort of embrace that a little bit with our videos. Is whenever chaos happens, come here, bud. Oh, now you're gonna run away?
Put him to bed soon.
Yeah.
I might have to exit soon because he has to go to bed. He
Yeah.
usually goes to bed at 7, so he's doing okay. You're doing pretty good. So.
But now though, like if we end up having another baby, we've talked about how that it would be a lot easier for us to travel to Disney and perhaps even make videos about like what it's actually like taking your baby on the different rides and like navigating Disney with a baby and stuff. Because now we've done that. We took him to Legoland when he was like 2 weeks old.
Yeah.
So it was a very different experience for him than it was for Vivian. And frankly, like Vivian did really well. Like we were not sure he would ever warm up to the travels, to be honest.
Yeah, he was a little harder to adjust.
But he's doing pretty good. He's not. We did train her to like sleep in the stroller sometimes. She was never really good at that, but we did get her so that she would sleep in the car. But he will not do that. That is not his thing. So. And then Lita says that she's homeschooling too. So if we're sharing about homeschooling, then she would be interested in that. So
yeah, it's worked out really well with our schedule, especially with doing the travel 1 day a week. We love homeschooling.
Yeah, so KK's travel and education, so I bet it's like that with every newborn. And that's what I think, is that I think that there are some people who, there are people who are having that experience and they want to find out how they can start regaining mobility after having had a child. So that's kind of we've realized that that's the niche that we presently serve, and that our audience can grow with us as our kids continue to grow and we shift into new stages of life. And and then Lita, we totally say that all the time, that they're like Sour Patch Kids.
Yes.
First they're sour, then they're sweet.
And then they're sour, and then they're sour, and then they're sour again.
But and then KK's Travel says, "Oh, I definitely know how the content feels to figure out all the content ideas, the thumbnails, etc. I know what you guys mean." But yes, it is a good way to look back at the videos and the memories, and we agree with that. And then and then the Crayola videos and many other videos, you guys consider so many questions the viewers want answered. And then are you guys thinking of going any travel vlogs to other states? We would like to be able to do some travel out of different states. We actually have some videos planned. We have to go to my cousin's wedding coming up soon, and we have some videos planned where we will do some things there. I think, and we always go home we always go back to South Carolina and to Virginia at Christmas time, but usually we're doing stuff with family. So like our Savannah video, for example, came from Christmas travel. We just took like a couple of extra days on the way back from Christmas and stopped in Savannah. And that video performed really well for a while. It basically has died at this point. Because, as they age, the algorithm doesn't recommend them anymore.
Thanks for coming.
And then, I remember when COVID-19, all that stuff happened with the pandemic and everything. That stuff was crazy. Never got it. None of my family did either. And at least we enjoy what we do. And we do. I mean, for really though, the thing we really enjoy is being able to spend time together as a family, because that's what it's really all about. And that's the main reason that we started this, was to create some additional opportunities for us to capture memories. And then also we've learned how to lean into that to inspire other people to do the same thing. So that's our goal. And then the only other dad with kids I can think of is Bucket List Family. Yeah, I love Bucket List Family, which they're not Disney vloggers exactly, which Tim Tracker and his wife, they both, they have Jackson. And so, there is an element of talking about children with that. And then Epic Family Quest is another family that vlogs and travels, and they cover the theme park space in Florida and do a really good job. But it's not, but again, that's another mom who's primarily the face of the channel. So that's kind of what we're talking about there. I did find another channel where there's a dad who talks about traveling with toddlers. It recently came up, and I think they may be primarily based out of California, because it seems like most of their things are out west. So I cannot remember what it is, but all of their theming is yellow. So when their videos show up, so I'm going to be studying their channel, because it's actually, they've been doing it a long time and they're pretty big. So I do need to get to know a little more what they're doing. and 15 of us watching.
Wow, that's
The
amazing.
Happy Tiki, a big family. We all love your videos. Very educational for everybody. You'll go to great places, a lot of variety, great tips for the whole family, lots of inspiration.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
Thank
really
you.
cool. Yeah.
I love that.
So, and then thank you. We really enjoy watching you guys, your family, and all your adventures. You guys are doing a great job. Melissa, Davidson. So
Thank you
that's
so
really cool.
much.
And
That's
then
very nice.
Elaine is hopping off,
Bye,
and Nina's hopping
Tanner.
off. So.
Bye, Tanner.
Yeah, again, hanging out with you guys, and I'm looking to see if there was anything else we were gonna cover. Otherwise, it's time to start putting
I gotta put Pierce
this
to
little
bed,
guy to
so
bed
I'll have to hop off.
and get Vivian off of her screen.
Yep.
So it did a good job babysitting her, like we said.
It's going away after this. She's not
Yeah.
watching the screen.
But that's basically
Yeah.
it, though. We just wanted to talk about like some of the videos you can be expecting from us coming up soon, and we plan to live stream a little more often. We just decided, as chaotic as it can sometimes be with like
it is real life though. This is
Yeah.
our real life.
yeah, having a conversation with a toddler butting in. That's just the way it goes.
Yep, it's normal.
But we're gonna but we plan to live stream a little more often and try to connect a little bit more, because I think that helps us get to know our audience a little better. And be sure when our videos come out, hop in the comment section and give us some feedback about yourself. Don't just tell us about the video. I mean, you can do that. We love that feedback, but tell us about yourself and like maybe how the video resonates with you, because we don't. Part of the reason that we've leaned toward information is that we don't want to just like make our whole channel just about ourselves. So we want to be able to relate to people and serve people. So anyway, but I think that's it.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. It was fun getting to chat with you guys and get to talk to you.
And make sure to connect with us on Instagram. We love hearing from you, and it's really cool meeting people, because otherwise you're just posting content, and it just feels like you're posting into an echo chamber and that there's nobody out there.
Yeah.
Like it is great for us to make videos that we're gonna remember and look back on as our family, but I mean, we could do those without posting them on YouTube. So it's really nice to know that there are people on the other side who are watching and kind of know who those people are, because I feel like that there's just like a silent mass of people who watch everyything and
So
never
definitely comment,
say
talk
anything.
to us so we can talk to you.
So we're like, are they silently judging us? Like, what is going on there? And if you are judging us, then tell us.
Let us know.
And then Disney Girl 377. Looking forward to all the upcoming new videos. So glad I was able to catch you live stream. Y'all are the best. So that's so nice of you. And thank you so much for all the kind things that you say and telling us about your daughter too. Because like by now, is she 4? Because I think she's just a little behind Vivian, if I remember correctly. But really cool. All right. Well, that's all for us. We're going to sign off somehow.
Thanks so much for watching.
I have to figure out. It's always hard for us to figure out how to get it
We don't
started.
know how to sign
and then
off.
how to sign
We're
off.
going to be here forever.
Yeah.
Say bye.